Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and for today's episode here on my channel, we are going to be staying overnight in Kingston's Rosemount Inn, which is a real-life haunted mansion. But before we get into the video, I would very quickly and very excitedly love to announce to you that I have finally launched Hailey Reese merch. It is down in the description below, available for you to purchase now. I hope that you guys love it as much as I do. It is the comfiest, most top quality sweater I could create for you. So you can get it down in the description below, and let's get into this haunted mansion. Okay you guys, so I was getting ready to film before going into this real life haunted mansion, the Rosemount Inn, and Megan just so happens to walk by, who is a tour guide for, well, why don't you tell them who you are?
So I am a tour guide with the Haunted Walk of Kingston. We have a ghost tour in Ottawa, Toronto, and here in Kingston. And this is actually one of the stops on our tour. It's probably one of the cuter stories. Can't really tell you everything, but it does have to do with an old elderly woman in a white shawl, and she likes to have some fun with some of the guests who are here. Oh, yeah.
That is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with them. They're gonna love it.
Well, enjoy your time here.
Thank you.
Well, Rosemount's been around a long time. It's 170 years old now. And I've been fortunate, been the owner for the last 31 years. So for 28 years, it's been an inn. And had the best guests in the world coming through. Some of them with some really interesting stories. Everybody has an interesting story, really. Yeah. And certainly when they sit around the breakfast table,
yeah,
you get to hear all those interesting stories. I hear the laughter from the kitchen, so I know there's good stories going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, there's always questions. Everybody always asks about the ghosts,
Yeah.
whether they're here or not.
Yeah.
So do you believe that there are ghosts in here?
Do I believe?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Is there like a specific room that ghosts are in, or?
My ghosts don't have walls. So my guests ask me that all the time, and I say, why do we think they go to a particular room? Mine like to roam.
I love
so
that.
They do move around. Yeah.
That's
and when my guests tell me stories, I don't tell them about what the ghost stories are.
yeah.
So whatever they tell me, they have to be real. They're real to them for sure.
So can you share with us maybe a story or two that stuck out to you that somebody shared, or maybe one of your own, or?
Probably one of the more interesting, well, I shouldn't say more interesting, they're all interesting, but one of the guests came downstairs one morning and she said, I'm not doing breakfast this morning. And I said, is everything okay? But she seemed a bit concerned. She said, I'm going to church to pray for them. And I said, to pray for whom? She said, the ghost in my room last night. And I said, what happened? You know, is everything okay? She said, yes. She said, I woke up and there was a lady looking through my purse. I said, oh, that's not a good story. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that one around. And she said, no, she was just looking for something. And she went off to church. So as she was heading out, I said, because she said she was going to pray for them so they could be released. And I said, well, tell them if that happens that they're welcome to come back, because I'd miss them if they weren't around.
Aww.
So I think they stayed. So
They did.
I didn't want them to leave. So they're around.
I love that. That's incredible. And you feel like it's positive spirits in here, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Never been anything that feels uncomfortable.
Have you had any personal experiences yourself?
I have, and I've not, I mean, the Haunted Walk is out every night through the summertime and into the fall. I haven't shared the stories that I've had with them because I want my guests to have their own stories and not ones that they've heard ahead of time. But yeah, I went downstairs one night and I was sure that somebody had it's like an old port cigar, you know, those wine-soaked ones that smell so nice.
Yeah.
And we don't have smoking here in the house, so my concern was there's something down, you know, it's in the garbage can or something, and that's, you know, I gotta go find it. Couldn't find it anywhere, and I looked everywhere, and I was familiar with the smell because my late husband used to smoke them.
Right. So you know that it must have been somebody else.
Had to have been him.
Yeah, that's what I was just about
Oh
to say.
my
It had to
Had
be
to have been
him.
him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. I just got chills.
Yeah.
So, and we had an agreement that if you could come back, you would.
Oh, that's sweet.
So that was something that I thought was just a little tip of the hat from him to say.
Well, that would be the only way you would recognize him.
Yeah.
So
especially because it's so like there are so many spirits here. He's like, I'm coming distinct this time.
yeah, he's gonna make it.
Yeah.
Well, people will have to come here and experience their own piece of history here and meet you and everything. This place is incredible. You guys, Holly shared with us that this table has been used in seances in the past to communicate within here. Hi, my angels. It's Hailey, Reese, and
Sarah.
and
Mama Reese.
And today we are super excited, not only because I have officially just dropped merch for the first time, which by the way is the comfiest thing in the whole wide world, and the link will be in the description, but also because we have traveled to Kingston on our haunted adventures for this year of 31 Days of Halloween, and tonight we have found ourselves at the Rosemount Inn, which has so much history. I'm sure that you guys would have heard it by now. Holly, who is actually both the innkeeper and owner of this particular home, bed and breakfast now actually to be more specific, has been incredible in filling us in on everything to do with this space, welcoming us to really just like have rule of the roost and just, while we're being incredibly respectful of the space, allowing us to explore it to the fullest for you guys. So definitely, if any of you guys are in Kingston and you enjoy the experiences that we are about to endure on, definitely come by, say hi to Holly, tell her your Reese's Pieces, and check out the space. But tonight we are staying overnight here. As you can see, it is literally like a real life haunted mansion filled with so much history, and we are so excited. We've already been in the room, we got settled. Sarah, how does the room make you feel?
It makes me feel really dizzy and just heavy, but I mean, hopefully we have a good night's sleep. We'll see.
We'll see what's gonna happen in there, but the minute that Sarah walked in, she got really dizzy, she got a headache, she felt an overwhelming sense of energy, but when I asked her how it made her feel, she said that it didn't make her feel like it was anything like
Bad or anything.
bad, it
Yeah.
just felt heavy. So we're about to bring you guys inside, we're about to give you a little tour of the premises, show you our room, and then we are going to investigate this space because it is incredible and we are so excited. So let's go. Comfortable to talk in here, even though it's just the door separating, it kind of feels like less echoey. This is our room. We have the name McDonald above our door, and there are 2 beds in here. It feels heavy in here.
Yeah.
It feels so different than the rest of the house. It feels so different than the rest of the space. But I'll give you guys a quick little tour. I do just want to note that any of this mess you guys are seeing is from us because we've been here for about an hour getting settled and figuring out our night, so it was perfect when we got here.
Yeah,
Kind of.
exactly.
This is what we just did. This is a fireplace here, which definitely feels like it's part of the original, I would say.
Looks like it.
If you head over here, this is the part of the space that feels like there's something the most, and I'm really curious to do a spirit box session over here, but this is the hallway area. And then moving into here is the bathroom in here. So there's definitely an energy change in this room. It definitely feels like there's something in here. Like Sarah said, I don't sense that it's anything evil or negative, definitely not. It just feels like there's something in here. So I'm really curious as to when we pull out this ghost box and spirit box and all of that to see what comes through. Do you guys know your dad?